got developments on midterm races, the fight for women to be able to make decisions about their own bodies, and a whole lot more. So, of course, we need a political panel. They join us now to make it make sense. Luke Broadwater is a congressional reporter for the New York Times. Reecie Colbert is the founder of Black Women Media Views. And Jim Dornan is a political and government affairs consultant at Jim Dornan Strategies. Welcome to you all. I'm happy you're here. There's lots of news today. Look, this has been a big week for Democrats, but I think President Biden especially. You have additional 528,000 new jobs added to the economy. You've got the additional victories against al-Qaeda, the passage of the CHIPS Act, the PACT Act. Gas prices keep dropping. You know, Reecie, my question to you is, how can my former colleagues capitalize on this? Like, how would you talk about this to your followers? What are you telling the people on Black Women Media Views?
Well, Symone, thank you for having me. You know, the thing about Democrats is they have always had the receipts. And what President Biden and the Democrats have been able to accomplish is truly unprecedented, particularly with the 50-50 Senate. But what the Republicans have the advantage of is the rhetoric, and that's what gets their base activated. Lindsey Graham talking about the jihad, that's a blast from the past. And they say trans bathrooms, and people freak out and they run to the ballot booth. So what Democrats really have to do to capitalize off of this is to understand that people have to hear the receipts, and they have to hear how these initiatives are going to directly impact their everyday lives, because they're feeling the pain at the pump, even though the gas prices are going down. But they have to understand that these investments in emissions, in our climate, in our energy, and our healthcare are going to tangibly benefit their lives. And if they go with the Republicans, they're going to be turning the car around in the wrong direction.
That sounds like a midterm message to me, Jim. Let's talk midterms, okay? Reecie, I think Luke makes a really important point. From my perspective, you know, some of my Republican friends, they were not running on fining doctors and jailing doctors, right, or forcing 10-year-olds to have babies by their rapists. But that's exactly what is happening. Are the people you are speaking with on a regular, are they alarmed by this at all?
Actually, I don't think that there's enough alarm about what's happening. To your point, Symone, they aren't running on these things, but if you look at the record, it's already happening. Greg Abbott in Texas, he just signed last year jailing people who prescribe abortion medication, even through telemedicine after a certain period. And so what Republicans have already done, what they're continuing to do in places like Indiana, are happening. It's just, as Luke and you are pointing out, the rhetoric might be softening a little bit, but that's about it. The problem, though, is that the single issue abortion voters are Republican voters. So we have to find a way to where the Democratic voters, are the disaffected and disillusioned 50% of the country that doesn't vote voters, see that this is an issue that everybody needs to be activated and engaged on, and making sure that what happens on the ballot, we don't get an up or down vote on abortion specifically like what happened in Kansas. We have to vote on the legislators. And that's what people need to be recognizing when they go or choose not to go to the ballot box in November.
Make it make sense with the political panel today. Luke Broadwater, Reecie Colbert, and Jim Dornan. Thank y'all very much.